About you.
Okay, yes. What do you want to
I
know
thought you
about
was
me?
coming to kiss me.
No,
No, don't worry.
we won't do that kind of
No,
scene.
we won't, don't worry.
What, yeah.
Okay.
What do you want to know about me?
I
have a question.
Yes.
What do you think about this 2017 years, especially in the disclosure community? What is special this year that was not last year or 2 years ago?
Well, okay, that's a good question. What's special in 2016, we were really building a momentum. It looked like Hillary Clinton was going to come forward and disclose, at least that's what it was said during the campaign. And then with the election, the whole, I feel, disclosure movement was derailed in a sense. That momentum we were gaining as a kind of political movement sort of stopped. It was aborted, and so the sense of disclosure has come back to the people. We can't rely on politicians anymore, so now we realize we have to bring this information out there.
I think that's wonderful.
It's just the truth. You know, we're not really talking about anything that's not just a little bit deeper on the internet, you know?
And the fact that we want them to tell us what we already know, like we want a confirmation with us. Actually, we are reclaiming our sovereignty by saying we actually don't trust anything you do. So why should we trust you saying there is? So we're going to follow our own inner guidance.
And if they say there is, it then becomes, it is this way. They structure the way these things are, and then it influences like lots of people that way. But if we do it on a grassroots level, then there's not a structuring of reality, which happened like with the church, with your education, with the media, mainstream media. They structure our thoughts. If it happens on this level, as it evolves, then it's a chance for everyone to make up their own mind in their own way. And I think that's where we're at in the disclosure movement, a chance for it to be undefined in a good way.
And uncensored.
Totally, yes. If it's officially saying this is who they are, this is where they're from, this is what they want, you know that's not right. Because nobody really knows, and it leaves us out of the equation. So maybe it all happened perfectly for a reason, because we, the people, are part of the equation.
Yes.
We need to know the truth for ourselves. We need to learn it the hard way.
Yes. So, do you want to speak a little bit about your work and what you do? Like, every day you walk the talk. So, what kind of work are you doing?
The talk. My company is called New Realities, and it's about how do we change our worldview? How do we open up our perceptions to new realities? Perception is everything. Perception is most people looking at the world through a box like this, you know? This is what they told me. This is the official news. Again, going back to media or religion or your education. We're programmed. We're programmed to think a certain way and understand the world and to accept without questioning. Even scientifically, science really doesn't know that much. I mean, look at Darwinian science. Darwin says that evolution happens through chance mutation. And that we're seeing is not true. It's through an intentional mutation, through intentional change that evolution happens. But if you buy Darwinian science, it means all this is an accident, it was never supposed to be, we can destroy the planet, it doesn't matter, who cares, and there's no plan. But if you understand that maybe we're part of a greater intelligence, all of us, and we have the capability of accessing that greater intelligence.
Absolutely.
Then we know there's a bigger plan, that it's not about God either. That's become a bad, dirty word. It's about who we are. We're the infinite beings. We're infinite.
Yes.
And so we need to re-educate ourselves in terms of that.
So in my work, I teach people that we are from nature spiritual beings, and that we come here to have a human experience, and that every part of the human experience is beautiful and shouldn't be alienated. And it comes with what the religion calls sin. Or I'm not talking to be because I love sacred, everything that is sacred. Sacred food, sacred relationship, sacred conversation, sacred space. I went deep inside of me and I met my shadows, and I learned to love my shadows, to transmute my shadows.
Thank you. That really helps me and a lot of people who are afraid of their shadows, afraid of their human compulsions.
Yes, but it's beautiful.
It's beautiful when you learn to say, okay, I have these problems, I have these faults, I have these dramas, I have these relationships, and maybe they're not perfect, but if we can love them, accept them, then the spiritual part of us.
And I think it's a part of the program. I was raised saying that I was an intense person, and it was an insult, okay? And I am intense. I have the energy of Kali. I am very intense. But for many years, I dim my light because I am larger than life. So I dim my light, and anytime somebody would say I was intense, I would punish myself. And one day, no, but listen,
no,
and
one
day, and one day I'm in front of the moon, and I'm crying, nobody loves me, and my guide don't take no shit, excuse my French. And they come and they say, oh, come on. If you say nobody loves you, then nobody loves you. You know, you want to play the poster in me, that's going to be like that. You are intense, you are like Kali, you are like the moon, you are like the ocean, and we want you to be that, and we want you, and we need you, because you come and you go straight to the point, and you don't go through the bullshit, you go straight there, and we need you. And suddenly, I fell in love with my intensity. I was like, oh my God, I am intense. And suddenly I was walking, I'm intense. You know,
and that's who you are.
That's who I am.
And you're here to be intense for a reason.
Yeah, and now nobody call me intense. Now everybody loves my energy. I'm like, this is
well, because you decided to accept it.
Exactly.
So it's accepting, and it's not even a dark side. It's a beautiful side. We need intense people because so many people are asleep. They're afraid to feel. Here's someone who's not afraid to feel.
No, and I'm not afraid to die because I died when I was 19.
Oh, you had a near-death?
I had a near-death experience, and I became the whole universe. And I didn't go through the white light and all these things. I'm like so full of myself. I became God. I truly became the universe. And what took me back here was the remembrance of drinking a glass of water. The pleasure of having my eyes closed and drinking and feeling the water go in my body, and remember the connection with this, which we cannot do as spirits, because we become love, we become freedom, we become the vents, the air, the grass, this touching, kissing, eating. So now I eat chocolate cake, I don't drink alcohol, I don't smoke, I don't take drugs, I'm high on life all the time, but I have a great passion with every single moment that I hear. That I love the connection, I love the heart, you know?
Yeah, that's beautiful.
I love being human.
Yes, it's unfortunate people have to have a near-death experience in order to appreciate that, but I think we're going through an upgrade. For me...
Yeah, I think the kids that are born since 2000, they have this connection. They don't need the near-death. But that's the blessing.
I didn't need a near-death because I was born conscious of my last lifetime.
Yeah, me too.
In the concentration camps in Germany, Poland. So it's like I remember leaving and coming back in. For me, that was a remembrance of the value and beauty of life.
And did you have people explaining to you? Because me, I shed shift when I was 12. I became a little Lebanese boy that was named Khalil Gibran. And yes,
I know
and I didn't know who he was. All I know is that I had this deep, and I must have been very vain on my life of this deep, because I was walking around like, where's my dimple? Where's my dimple? He was gone, you know? But I didn't know. And the beautiful is like 30 years on, my first experience, I had the information that when I was Gibran, I was in the front of the mirror and my face changed into this young girl, and I fell in love with the girl. And I looked for her all of my life, and all of my love poetry was about her. Not knowing this girl was me in another life. So this remembrance that I have in this lifetime is that I have to fall in love with me in order to experience love.
Yeah, that's where we're at now. This is a subjective reality. There's no objective reality. It's ourselves in relationship to the cosmos. And And we need to love whatever our creations are. That's the healing.
Yes.
To love the dark side, you're absolutely right.
Yes. So do you have some when you realized you had this life in the concentration camp? How was it for you to deal with? Was you angry? Did you have immediate forgiveness?
I wasn't angry at all. I was very sad, losing everything, feeling like your life, your family, your occupation. So it's kind of set me on a course of searching in this lifetime, of not wanting to actually do those things. Create something that could be taken away. So I've been a wanderer in a sense.
And what do you think about reincarnation? Because I was a black man, I was a Lebanese man, I was a woman in Egypt.
Reincarnation, it's like we've had millions. It's like a breath.
Exactly.
This incarnation is a breath in the totality. So it's not about incarnation. It's like the soul is on a journey throughout time. This is one little pit stop along the way.
And don't you think that if we recognize in reincarnation, there will be no more war? Because this dude I'm hating could be my aunt last year.
And probably was.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's right.
No, reincarnation is the foundation of the immortality of the spirit.
Yes.
But we just need to love and accept each other. That's the problem. And even what's not us, the fear of aliens is the fear of something else. But we're alien to ourselves.
Yes.
Those dark parts of our alien to us. If we can.
And most of our soul are not from Earth.
Right.
There is a lot of people incarnated in this body. My first breath of soul is not from Earth. It's in somewhere
But you
else.
know what's different about alien consciousness is that their consciousness is formed by the sun, the star that they're under. This is my theory. So we're under this planet, this particular star. This sets the framework of our thought processes for us and the animals and maybe anyone in the solar system. If you come from another star, your mental apparatus is tuned to a different frequency. So it's harder to synchronize. And I look at you, I feel you, I know what you're thinking. Even I look at an animal, I see if they're angry or happy. But other beings, because they're calibrated at a different rate based on their star's frequency, means that we cannot make contact the way we can like this. It's hard to understand. People are freaked out. But we are the same on a soul level. So we have to transcend the consciousness field and connect on the eternal field. This is what I've noticed. So people are freaked out when they meet ETs because the vibration is different. But if we tune in something beyond the vibration, the eternal, the quintessence, then we make contact.
True.
So that's something I discovered meeting ETs and being freaked out by this. And being like,
Yeah, me too. The first time I met one in this reality, I got super scared.
Yes.
It was in the late 80s and there was 2 men in black and all of my spirit said, run! And I did run.
Yes, it's our instinct to run, but it's only because we don't understand the vibration.
Yes.
This is what's in the way of disclosure. This is what I think the government, they don't want people to have like free energy, but the real thing is they don't know how to explain consciousness to the masses. It's a matter
Because come on, we hate. You still have racism
Yes.
and separation on Earth.
Of course.
We all need to. That's why I think we need to heal this shadow side
Yes.
aspect.
As long
and
as
then we will be able to embrace.
Exactly. If we still are racists on planet Earth, how are we going to expect to meet something totally different that doesn't even think like us?
That's why when people ask me where I'm from, I say I'm from Earth.
Yeah.
I don't say I'm French. It's a label. I'm from Earth, and right now that's where I am. This is my home.
So our goal is to love as much as we can. That's the avenue of disclosure. This is the way into the new realities. And you're doing it. We're all doing it. Everyone here is making it. It's brave to come to something like this because it's so outside of what's accepted. But this is the momentum we're gathering now. We need to do more journalistic stories.
Yes. So if you have one last message that you want to bring to humanity, like imagine I have this magic power that say, what would you say?
I would say your consciousness holds the key to your liberation. Don't be afraid to think outrageous thoughts that have never been thought before, to go beyond the realm of the unknown, go into the unknown and embrace a new reality.
Ah, beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Talk to her.
I want to take a picture with you.